What's up, guys? I'm here, and we're going to be talking about NASCAR today. Today, we're going to be doing a podcast. So,
Yes.
you ask me.
And what we're going to talk about a little bit today is who our favorite drivers are. So I'm going to let Caden tell you who his favorite driver is first.
My favorite driver is Joey Logano.
And why do you like him so good?
He just wins races.
You think the way he drives, you think he's really talented?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my favorite driver was Dale Earnhardt. I love Dale Earnhardt. All my whole family did. We sat every race and watched the entire thing and rooted, or we was at the racetrack. But we was big Dale Earnhardt fans. But since he passed away, I've really not had a good fan base. I just really have not picked one driver I liked like I liked him. Well, what do you think about the new NASCAR where it's got the 3 stages now? Do you like that?
No.
Okay, is there a reason why you don't like it, or?
It's just not fun. It's not like a good race.
Well, you're right. My mom don't like it either. Because you work your tail off, and in the first stage, and you be 3 or 4 laps ahead, and then you have to go to stage 2, and then you may be way back in the pack, and you got to try to fight, and somebody in the 3rd stage that's not even been up front could come out and win the 3rd stage and win the race. And I don't think that's fair.
No.
You don't like that either? Is that why you don't like it? Yeah. So what other questions do you have maybe about NASCAR? Or it's a little different than it used to be.
Yeah.
NASCAR, I think nowadays...
I think the cars have, changed
They
a
have.
lot.
They have.
A lot.
I agree with that.
Stock
Yes.
cars, they used to be literally just cars.
Yeah, and they would run, and you could actually race each other. But now it's like when they get out there, a car pulls out in front, and it's just like they all just run in circles. And nobody ever really has to fight hard, or nothing like that. You don't see that fighting like you did when Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace and, all them was racing. They used to put on some good shows. And they had to fight hard for the lead. Now they just drive around in a circle. You just hope you get out front first and get a few laps in, and then you can win a stage.
Basically.
Yeah. So, what track do you like the best, do you think?
I've not really been to many of them.
Okay.
Probably Bristol.
You like Bristol? How come you like Bristol the best?
Just slippery.
It is. It's
It
a short
is.
track.
Yeah.
It's hard. It makes you race harder because it's a short track and you got such steep banks.
I just like it because it don't take as long.
Right, it's a short.
It does.
Yeah, right. It's a short track. Doesn't seem like it takes them forever to get around a lap. They're around 3 or 4 by the time you get out of one in Florida.
Say you're like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
And they race really hard because it's a small track and they have to fight for the front. And there's not a lot of room to give way there. If you do a lot of room, you're either in the wall or you're down in the pit area. So, yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks.
If there's one car right here and another behind it at Bristol, you
Yes.
can't. If there's another car over here, then you can't just come beside it because
Right.
you would be in the wall.
Exactly. And that's why I say it makes it more interesting.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Mm-hmm. Now, I like Florida some, but I lived in Florida, and I used to go to Daytona some. And I like Talladega is a good track, but they're both, I really don't like the road courses. That's why I've never really liked Martinsville.
No, I don't like road
You don't like road
courses.
courses either? I never did either. That never was my cup of tea. I always liked, I did like Bristol, and I do like Bristol now better than years ago because when you went to Bristol years ago, if you missed something, they didn't have big camera or big movie screens and stuff up where you could see.
Like a big TV.
Yeah, like the big TVs. Okay, they didn't have that. So if you missed it, you just missed it. Okay, if you was at the track. But now then that
If
you
you
can
miss
see
it, you'll just see it on the camera.
that's it. Now you can see it, and before you didn't. If you missed it, you just missed it. If you was there. That's why I kind of started watching Bristol at home a lot more. Because that way, if you missed it, it would go back and replay it. But now they got the big screen TVs up, so now you can see it.
If
So
you
that's
actually
good.
do go to the track
Right.
and you miss something,
Yeah.
if somebody wrecks and you don't see it, well, you're probably going to see their car because it's going to
Yeah.
probably be totaled.
Right.
But if you don't see that part, I don't know how. But
Right.
if you don't see that, then you're going to see it on the big TV.
Yeah, that's true. Is there any other drivers you like?
No, not much.
Not much. Yeah, like I said, I tried to root for Dale Jr. a little bit, but to me, Dale Jr. just isn't his daddy. I mean, he doesn't race like his daddy did. And
He
then
does not look like his dad.
No, he
He
doesn't.
looks nothing like him.
Right. Now, his daughter, she used to race really good. Dale
Yeah.
Earnhardt's daughter did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually going to make her.
What was her name?
I was trying to think of her name. I just totally went out of my head. But actually, he was wanting to make her a race car driver, like Dale Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to bring her up in the other races to get her up to NASCAR. And that would have been good if she'd have done that, if he could have got, but where he passed away, he never got that chance to really bring her up into NASCAR. But that was his plan at all times. But now she raced a lot like her daddy. She was kind of fearless and stuff. And I did like to watch her in some races. And I tried to root for Austin Dillon when he first came in because he was young. He was driving Dale Earnhardt's car.
That's who
And
drove that?
that's
Dale
who
Earnhardt's car?
he drove that to start with, yeah. That's what he drove when he first started.
Just paint like a different thing?
No, they let him ride the 3. We didn't think they was going to. We thought that they was going to retire the 3. And where Dale Earnhardt had passed away, we thought they was actually going to retire it. But they decided not to. And then Austin Dillon started racing it. But he just wasn't it's hard to put anybody in that 3 if they don't drive like Dale Earnhardt did. It's hard to root for them, because you know what that 3 did when Dale Earnhardt was in it. So that has a lot to do with why.
So that's Dale Earnhardt's car.
It was, yes. And Dale Earnhardt drove the 3, the Goodrich 3, Goodrich. And that's why I say, and it's hard because, he's a good little driver, but people was trying to compare him to Dale Earnhardt. And Dale Earnhardt drove since way back when they...
19.
Yeah, it was way back.
1995 or
Oh,
something.
it was probably 1970-something.
Probably.
Yeah, when he drove. And when he drove a Wrangler car years ago. And I actually have that car.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I actually have that car. Yeah. Is there any other questions that you want to ask about NASCAR or anything?
No.
Or anything you want to tell our audience about what you see at NASCAR or for the fans or anything like that out there?
Nah.
All right. Well, we'll see you later with another discussion. Thank you all for joining in.
Subscribe.
Bye. Subscribe.